Hello, people. My name is Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I'm about to conduct another political discussion of sorts. It's going to be about the political elected candidates and the voters themselves. The reason I'm doing this particular video message is because people don't realize how much power they have with their votes. It's like they take that for granted. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Yeah, people take it for granted. They think that, their votes are valuable and their votes are combined for purposes intended of electing an official into office that parties are mutually in agreement with, as far as putting that male or female into a particular office for their position of a high post, as where they run the whole show, run the whole country. That's serious business. Like, people, you don't believe that your vote is much more powerful than it is, and it can elect the president of the United States in there? Think about it. I know people will say that the Electoral College actually elects the president, and that isn't from the multitude of individual voters, which adds up to hundreds of millions. And they will be right with that, but they said it takes a certain amount of votes to persuade the Electoral College to vote one way or something like that. But getting back to your votes meaning something and mattering and being incredibly valuable, like, people don't take that for granted. When you all get out and vote, have your list ready, have your Christmas list ready, your grocery list. And what would be on those lists? It would be your wants, your desires, your needs. First and foremost, if you all are still blinded to the fact or in the dark, let me explain it this way. You pull out a grocery list, you put it down in front of the candidates. Hundreds of millions of other people should do this. And on those grocery lists should be like key things of significance and importance that will impact and affect people's very lives in crucial, serious ways. Like, people, political candidates, they tend to try to make jokes out of certain things, and they divert your attention away from the key issues to get your vote. People, listen, when you give those grocery lists, they should have on it like things like this: low interest loans for people that want to buy homes or open up smaller businesses. That should be the main thing. Security, safety, peace in the inner cities, like neighborhood watch programs organized into armies of people working together to protect, police, preserve their communities. And we need the president to send it through legislation and things like that. Can he do that? Can she do that at least? Yeah, where people can, get the things they want done in their community, and then they want things more safer for their kids when they get up to go to school or come home and play outside. So that should be on the list too. Saying that, hey, we're sick of the violence, we're sick of the crime in our community, we're sick of the unemployment, we're sick of the drug addictions, we're sick of the robberies, we're sick of the murders, we're sick of the break-ins. Those things should be on the list too. Like, I'm talking about crucial matters, crucial stuff that's of the very most importance. And then, like, people don't send candidates those type of lists. They don't bring that up in discussions. Like, for instance, what are you gonna do about the school situation? A lot of public schools are closing, candidates. So what do you plan on doing about that? Well, this is what I want to be done. Like, give that lottery money up, get that casino money up, that is supposedly being taxed and used for the school systems, and put more of those funds into keeping those schools open, and not just in privileged districts, but in inner city communities. People, all of this stuff should be on y'all list, y'all grocery list, y'all to-do with list, y'all other most important list, y'all most significant, valuable list of things that affect y'all very lives. So start holding these political officials to your standard of what you want to be done and improved in your very lives. And then it starts with the list. You go off the list, you get this done, you get that done, you get this done, that, you get something else done on the list. That is what the voters should be asking of the political elected officials, or they should be showing those grocery lists to them and say, hey, what are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about that? Then if they try to bring up something as a diversionary, like, hey, Puff Daddy is going through some, no, forget about that. We're not trying to hear Puff Daddy right now. Yeah, we like listening to Puff Daddy's music, but we're not trying to hear that now. We're talking about the serious issues. So it's no talking around it. It's no saying that you're not going to do this for certain people and all that. It's none of that. This is down here right now, our list. And it should be hundreds of millions of lists, shouldn't it? Like, you know, if hundreds of millions of people can legally vote, then they can legally make up lists and put those things on it that I discussed moments ago. Yeah, folks, think. Like, hey, if your power is in your vote, then use it. Like, use that vote to leverage stuff that you want. Like, use it to negotiate a better deal for yourself, a better deal for your community. Celebrities aren't wrong when they say that. They're like, look, we should sell our votes because this voting thing ain't been working out for us. It hasn't been working for the inner cities. It hasn't been working for the hoods. It hasn't been working for the projects. It hasn't been working for the ghettos. It hasn't been working for employment situation. You know, it hasn't been working for, like, in any way that would change the communities around and make them better, or at least bring them up to a standard of excellence. Yeah, people, I'm trying to get you all fired out. I'm trying to get you fired up too, and not fired out. I'm trying to get you fired up to the roof, to the sky, to actually know that you have power, and like make those people answer your questions, make them go off of those lists. Like, what are you gonna do about this? What are you gonna do about that? You know, what are you gonna do about teenage pregnancy? You know, what are you gonna do about alcoholism? What are you gonna do about drug addiction? You gotta ask them candidates that, people. You gotta not even ask them, you gotta insist that they do something, because it's your vote that's supposedly putting them in office. All of them. I mean, every type of elected official, including governors, mayors, senators, House of Representatives, city council people, and of course, presidents and vice presidents, or presidents and vice presidents, you know, and it all goes in hand. Like, you know, the president and the vice president are in accord and in agreement with whatever policies that they're going to do or work off of. And then if they're not going to do anything, then they're both in agreement there too. If they're not going to do anything for the communities, people. Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with your buddy again. I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to me, Detroit Miracle.